Hey everybody, I'm sitting here with two-time P10 champ Martin Yen. How you doing, Martin?
Terrific.
He's doing good, man. Do you know that we combined have half of the titles in the P10 league?
That's pretty impressive.
Five out of 10 years, one of us has won the title. He won the very first one. Actually, beat me in the championship. So it's I'm glad he set aside some time to talk to me today. First question: Have I showed you an advanced copy of the questions I'm going to ask you today?
You have not. So, you guys are witnessing the best of the best in front of you, about to get blindsided with some questions that I am not prepared for.
It's okay. They're not too tough. I'm going to start off with a softball. What's the fascination with the Martin Scorsese names?
What do you mean by that?
Well, you got Martin Scorsese. You got Forget About It Now. What's the fascination? Are you a big Scorsese fan?
I was.
You was?
But I can't name some movies for you if that's where you're
Okay. All right. I wasn't going to go that far. All right. I was just curious.
I just thought it was a cool name.
No, it was a cool name. I liked it. Let me ask you this. So you are 6-1 this. Wait a minute. 1-6. I'm sorry. Let me ask you. What happened to your season?
How much fun do you plan to have at my expense?
No. Not. Well, maybe a little. Okay. But I mean, what happened?
Well, I heard someone once say that you have to really lose to appreciate winning.
You have to have that pain.
You have to have that pain, although I can't break your record. 2012, would that be?
Woo!
0-13?
Was it 2012? I think that's right. 0-13. I was 0-13. I think I won the next year, though.
Well,
maybe I did. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure I won the next year, but I get it.
In your mind, you did.
In my mind, I did. Let's go into your draft a little bit. You took Doug Baldwin in the second round when you already had Julio Jones as your keeper. Why?
You know, Julio has not been that reliable.
He's been horrible.
His last year was actually disappointing to an extent. I mean, we just expected a lot more out of him.
Right.
I needed something.
All right, so if you take Julio as your keeper, and you take another wide receiver, though, in the second round, you got to know that your running backs are not going to be very good going into the third round.
You know, this has been a really steep learning curve because you guys keep changing rules. Because it used to be that I could count on winning. Mm-hmm. But now you keep changing the rules to knock me off my game.
So,
I have to learn this thing, you know, where somebody can actually earn points by catching a pass without gaining yards. Really?
So you were one of the votes that casted against the PPR.
I definitely voted against.
Are you going to vote against it at the end of this season? Because we're going to vote again, remember.
I am still against.
You're still against.
I'm a purist.
All right, I can respect that.
When I play poker, I want a straight poker game. I don't want wild cards. I don't want to play windows and, crisscross and,
Okay.
Do it the right way.
All right. Well, let me ask you this. As far as your draft goes, when you took Doug Baldwin, who's also been somewhat of a disappointment, did you have an idea of what running back you were going to target later in the rounds? Did you pass on Todd Gurley in the second round?
Yeah, but you saw Gurley's year last year.
Yeah, I understand that, but you gotta get that back that's gonna get fed the ball, So
in hindsight, we're seeing Gurley do all of these things.
Sure.
I don't know that Craig knew he was that good when he traded.
What do you think about that trade that Craig and Stephanie did?
Oh, it's collusion.
It's collusion.
Absolutely.
So do you think that I made a joke that Stephanie promised Craig a threesome. Do you think there was something under the table like that, maybe?
Well, I don't think it was even under the table.
So it was obvious.
Straight up.
You hear it. You heard it here, guys.
Craig, you buckled.
Craig would have a pretty damn good team right now if he hadn't buckled, huh? He still does, but he'd have a really good team.
But a threesome would have swayed me in your defense.
There you go. We're all... I can appreciate that. Everyone always thinks they have a good team after they draft it. Did you think your team was good after you drafted it?
No, I was actually...
You looked at it, you were disappointed.
I knew I was in for a bad one.
Okay, all right. That's fair enough. All right, fair enough. How did you feel last year when I passed you for most titles in the P10 league? Because you held the title.
There was a time that I really liked you, but you know, you're doing everything you can to change that.
I'm trying to change it. I mean, honestly, like if we go back to last season, you lost by a record in the playoffs on 118 points. Do you think that led into this season? Kind of like the Falcons with their Super Bowl?
You know, you get people quoting statistics from previous years and how many
I'm just curious. Maybe it psychologically affected you.
Bullshit.
It's bullshit. All right, that's fair enough. Let me ask you this. You're on the text thread. What do you make of Dante this year and his constant praising of me?
I figured you were offering him some kind of a threesome.
Is there at least a girl involved in that one?
I've been trying to figure out what Dante is lobbying for. This whole season, some of the stuff that he's been saying, I don't know. It's like he's going somewhere with it, but I haven't seen what yet.
You know, he talked about how I win every trade, but he's been the only one that traded with me this year. What do you make of that?
I really did not believe him when he said he would make no trade offers this year. Did you initiate the trade?
He offered it to me. I looked at it, said, "Is somebody injured?" I went on Twitter. I made sure no one was arrested or hurt, and I accepted immediately. And you know what he did? He texted me and says, "Shit, you accepted that already?" He was like, "I know I'm fucked." So, you know, what are you going to do? Talking a little bit about this year, if I gave you $100 right now and you had to bet on one team to win the title, who would you bet on?
You know, that's a real dilemma because I don't want those words to come out of my mouth.
Okay, that's fair. You know what? I'm going to give you a pass on that because you've been a good sport about all of this so far. Are you going to return to championship form next season?
Oh, absolutely.
You ready? This year is going to motivate you the way my 0-13 season did? Is that what it's going to do?
Listen, I'm not done. To borrow from Lombardi, paraphrasing a little bit, I never lose. I just run out of time sometimes.
You learn. All right, good deal. Well, real quick, we're going to have him do his picks for next week. I'm going to, real quick, just run down the power rankings for everybody. At number 1, no surprise, it's Uncle Daddy, highest scoring team, best record. Team's looking really, it's healthy as well. I've definitely been, I've had the gift of having a healthy team. I know a lot of teams haven't. I would have a lot more competition if there was a healthy team. Dante's team, James's team. It happens. Stephanie's team as well with Dalvin Cook. Number 2, I've got Sabotage at number 2. This is a ranking that could go either way at any week based on Ezekiel Elliott's suspension in the courts when that whole mess. Number 3, I've got Victoria's Secret Girl. Number 4, got Make It Rain right behind her. Number 5, Bend the Knee. Number 6, Team Boom. Number 7, The Global Capitalists. Number 8, Team Who. Number 9, Worst Nightmare. And
wait a minute, you haven't mentioned me
and
yet.
Number 10, Martin right here. Forget about it. Martin, give us your picks for this week.
Listen, I just jotted down a few notes about what to expect, in no particular order. Fournette about it playing Team Who. I hate to say so, but Team Who is actually probably going to take it. We'll see how Phillip Rivers does against New England, and whether Detroit can stop Antonio Brown, but we'll see. Uncle Daddy versus Make It Rain. Yeah, do we even need to talk about the one? Make It Rain needs to do a little tweaking, and who knows, she'll bench Carson again, but even that, I don't think he'll make the difference. Boom against Sabotage. I give this one to Sabotage. Unless Houston coming off of a bye week has a strong defense this week. But I don't know. He can stop Russell Wilson. Bend the knee against Victoria's Secret.
That's a good one.
Stephanie, you have 6 players on bye week this time. I don't think I've ever seen that.
That's a draft mistake.
Well,
that's a draft mistake.
She made a lot of mistakes at
drafting. The Craig Bell draft.
Yeah. I still give it to bend the knee. I think this week, Steph, you're just not going to do it. Global capitalists against worst nightmare. I think global capitalists are going to take this one. I hate capitalism, but capitalism loves me for some reason. Anyway.
Those are his picks.
Derek Carr against Buffalo. We'll see.
See what happens. I think I agree with just about all of those picks.
Which one don't you?
I think Bend the Knee and Victoria's Secret. That one's a little bit more of a coin flip. We'll see what she does with the lineup, but for the rest of them, I think they're all good.
What do you mean what she does with the lineup? She doesn't have
a lineup. He's right. All right, guys, that's our video for this week. I hope you like it. I'd like to thank Martin for making time to do this video with me. I think we're gonna have a good week, a good season. It's our 11th year, and even though we've got some guys having some bad seasons, we're all still having fun. See you guys later.